What kind of technology does the reverse engineering, if it is indeed a thing, and that there has been a lot of progress made over the course of, let's say, 70, 80 years? What kind of technology do you think the government could be in possession of that, whether it's Stephen Greer saying, if you think about the most Star Trek thing, it's possible, right? Well, there was an interview recently with, it was both Tucker Carlson and Clayton Morris, who were discussing just that. And they were talking about the things that they've discussed, that have been discussed, and whistleblowers and things of that nature. But Morris kind of makes a claim of some of the things, well, not that he necessarily knows, but things that he's heard and in general about what some of the technology can do. So let me play this snippet of this interview first, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Here it is.
We've been secretly funding with billions of dollars gravitic propulsion technologies because we captured UFOs. We know that we have downed craft. We have crash retrieve. We have how many whistleblowers have come out now that were on crash retrieval?
Under oath, by the way.
Under oath. Crash retrieval whistleblowers. High-ranking members of the military, by the way. These aren't like schleps. These
are not.
I don't even know what that word means.
From the motor pool. No.
Yeah, but these are people that have high, classified clearances.
They're officers. Yeah.
Yeah. Who've been involved in crash retrieval programs. We have the technology. We've had it for years. Like, sometimes we do this on our show and people are like, oh, there goes Clayton again talking about UFOs. Like, this to me is one of the biggest stories of all time. You mean, we have technology that we can travel from here to Paris instantaneously, but you can't let us have it? You mean to tell me
we do have that technology?
I mean, purportedly that we have, or we figured out how to use that technology. I don't know that we've been able to use it as well as they have, but we have technology that can move us at incredible speeds. The human body under normal circumstances would be ripped apart doing 9Gs, right? But with this gravitic propulsion technology, we're protected in that way. So I don't understand all of it. All that to say that, yes, there's technology that we aren't allowed to see that some defense contractors are and have had access to. And that's the brilliance of this program, which is like break up pieces of this program and disperse it to Boeing, to Northrop Grumman, to all of these different. So you don't get to really talk. You get working on different pieces of this project. How it all comes together, I don't know. But we have members of the military who've been involved in the retrieval for the purposes of reverse engineering and study.
All right, so let's take all of that, right? And let's start with the first one, because the most interesting kind of science fiction part of it is what we'd all love is, hey, I want to go take a trip and take the family to Europe tomorrow. Great. You guys ready? Done with school? Okay, we're going to go to Europe. Go to Europe, come back. Okay, great. We had some fun. We had a good time. Weekend's done. Okay, back to school. We're here, walk through the door. You're done. Hey, I want to get a slice of pizza in New York. I'm in Los Angeles. I'm going to do that. Come in, go. That's my lunch. That's what I'm going to do. It'd be great. And the travel would be incredible. And it would be easy. Now, if that technology existed, they're not going to tell us about it, because especially if it's not perfected, as he says there, and that it's not ready to. Now, let's say hypothetically that these are the companies that are the same companies, Boeing and all these things that are work with airplanes and everything else too, and travel that way. And this is eventually going to replace that. As I've said many times over, the question that the people and the powers that be are going to be, how do we monetize it? How do we make it that we can make money? How do we change travel that we are going to do it? If we're going to put airlines and everything else out of business, essentially is what you would do, then how do we make money on it? And that's probably one of the things, hey, if you guys are going to be doing that type of stuff, we're going to lose money, because no one's going to need to fly anymore. You just walk through a portal and do that. Now, if they do have that kind of technology and they're gearing up to when you and I, whoever you are watching this, are long gone, that is essentially what's going to be happening in the future. More science fiction conversations can then have, you can go down the rabbit hole of, well, then that kind of adds some more credence to the idea of, well, maybe these things that we are seeing are future humans and future and people who have perfected this technology. And then the chicken and the egg conversation happens of like, well, if these things didn't crash in the first place, how do you get this technology that then allows you to do that allows them to send it back? And the answer to that, if you read enough about quantum physics and all that stuff, is that that's just not how time works. It's that show Dark on Netflix, the German show, which is, I can't remember who it was. It's most likely the most realistic portrayal of how time really kind of plays into it. So I'm going down a pure rabbit hole here when it comes to this type of stuff, because it is fascinating to think about the type of technology that is indeed being worked on right now. There's things that are probably, you wouldn't even believe it. And the fact that he heard something along these lines of that it was able to do those types of things. And you hear so many times about anti-gravity and T. Townsend Brown and all these different people that were studying these things, that anytime you bring it up, it's kind of like shot down. But the finger starts to point in that direction of the anti-gravity and what else you could actually do and what was discovered and why these companies wouldn't want this knowledge out there of what they're working on. Because if it is indeed the next thing, they want to beat the other countries to doing it. It still does. I still wonder why, though, and I don't know the answer to this question. And I'd love to see some of the comments out there for people who have an answer for it. And that is, why doesn't Japan or Russia or anybody who apparently has down craft say that they have it, or why is everyone keeping the secret together? And we can't agree on anything at different countries, but we can agree that we're all going to keep this particular thing quiet. Is that kind of the idea of it? The idea is keep it quiet until someone does keep it quiet. I don't let other people know. We're not going to let them know what we have because they haven't said anything about it. Why are we going to say anything about it? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I really don't know. And I'm curious what people think about it, but this is an interesting conversation when it comes to it is a fascinating topic. It's why I try to cover it at least 5 days a week. And it always baffles me that it's not with all these people, and as they mentioned, the whistleblowers and high level officials that have come out to talk about it, that it isn't a story that is the most important story. I just find it fascinating that more people don't talk about it. But I do also feel the fatigue within the community in general about like, yeah, it's just the same kind of, I've seen it in the comments, I've seen it with you guys, that it's the same just kind of run around of like, yeah, it's interesting in theory, but what is it? Like, sure, nothing's going to come about it. They're releasing these JFK files tomorrow. They're not going to redact anything. Do you think they're going to release anything on there except, it was Lee Harvey Oswald? Yeah, that's what we found. It was. That's it. In the same way as, the drones, it was the FAA. That's what, it was the FAA. They were doing tests. And the FAA goes, it was? So I don't know. What do you guys make of this? Put your comments in there. Put your thoughts in there. Would love to hear what you think, especially about this technology. You think that there's actually this type of technology? Do you believe that it actually exists? Do you believe that we'll ever even see it? Do you think it'll ever see the light of day? What do you think it'll be used for? Do you think it's already being used? Put your thoughts in there. I want to know. Thank you for all the support. I continuously see people saying very encouraging things, and I appreciate it. And I've seen some new members sign up. And if you want to support the show and you want to get something for yourself, is what I always say is probably the best option. Public Rec, great clothing. I love it. And I'm going to tell you more about it. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye. My style has gotten so much better since I started this podcast. I'll tell you that. I've just learned about companies that I didn't know about before. And I'm so glad. Public Rec is like my go-to. I love Public Rec. I've been so comfortable in these pants that I've been getting for them. And I'll tell you, you want to be real? Let's get real. Nobody's got time for these stiff, uncomfortable clothes anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, it's February. It's cold. And you deserve to be comfortable in whatever you're wearing. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Public Rec does that. Then the pants I'm telling you about, they're a game changer. They're designed to be as comfy as your favorite sweats. but they are way more stylish. My wife saw them in them. She's like, oh my gosh, what are those? I said, at Public Rec. Super soft fabric, no stiff seams, and enough stretch to keep up with whatever your day throws at you. It's not just about pants. They have so many great style options, whether you're working all day in the office, running errands, grabbing a drink with the guys. Who doesn't want to look sharp without sacrificing comfort? And I'll tell you, once you put them on, you're going to wonder why you ever wore anything else. Now, Public Rec not only has the most comfortable pants ever made, but they have a huge selection of high-quality, everyday premium styles. You can revamp your entire wardrobe with their perfect fitting polos, shorts, hoodies. This February, treat yourself right because comfort is always in season. Upgrade to Public Rec and feel the difference. For a limited time, you can get 20% off at Public Rec by using the code DTE at checkout. You just head to publicrec.com, you use that code DTE, you're all set. Oh, when they ask you how you found them, you got to tell them that we sent you. It does. It really helps us out. Find your perfect fit. Never compromise on comfort again. Public Rec, where comfort rules.